Yeah, at the time of privatisation, I was the pole construction production manager down at Angle Park.
I was a TSW4 at Victor Harbour, so I'd just become a gang leader at Victor.
At the time of privatisation, I was a purchasing officer I think it was in finance.
I was actually down here at the training centre. I was a training instructor. I'd come in 96, so I suppose they were talking about it, 97, 98, all the big vote in Parliament and whatnot.
I was working as an easement officer, which basically meant we were responsible for easements all around the state at the time of privatisation.
So when I first heard about privatisation, my job was a procurement specialist in purchasing and contracts branch.
I was problem management coordinator, which meant trying to prevent problems from happening again, so chase down the incidents and what was the cause.
When we were told it was going to be privatised, there was certainly some apprehension amongst everybody because, that's just human nature. Change is not necessarily always a good thing, but, we went into it with an open mind. And as it turned out, it's been a good thing.
I think the thoughts back then for me personally was, would I have a job after the privatisation? And then I suppose it went further than that. It was about who else would be affected? Would we maintain the current employment level? And would all our jobs be safe?
When privatisation was first announced, I was pretty wary. There was a lot of uncertainty, mainly probably around job retention and what the impact would be on our business and I guess our future.
I was really pleased that we were going to be privatised because we were hamstrung as far as an organisation. We were part of the government. We weren't getting funding, and it released us so that we could actually be a company to move on. And I was really pleased.
Yeah, thoughts at the time about the transition were that it was very smooth. Really, you wouldn't have known. It probably had more impact when we became regulated. And as a regulated business, certainly there was a lot more changes then. But no, certainly at the time, it was very smooth.
The transfer, I think from memory, it was pretty seamless. I don't think we noticed a lot of change at that point.
Yeah, the transition was really smooth. It was just, we came into work the next day, we had different logos, different uniforms, and really everything else was exactly the same.
I'd agree there was very little disruption. It was done very smoothly, and I suppose that's down to the powers that be. But it was just really business as usual. It didn't matter, we had a different name, but hey, that was business as usual.
The organisation has changed in a really pleasing way. As an employee, it's great to see the way that the business has taken big steps forward. The focus on safety, customers, cost, the growth of the business has really changed in a very pleasing way as well. So it's been great to be part of that.
We were able to be more focused on customers. Previously, we were the monopoly. And as we developed, we could see that there was a real need to branch out and reach out to customers, find out what their needs were rather than continue to be the monopoly.
The big thing I noticed is you're more accountable. Everything's more, everybody's accountable more than they used to be.
I think it's shaped up really well. I think we've come a long way. We've certainly become more community minded. We're more conscious of our brand out there in the state. And we think about our customers, we're conscious of how we spend our money, and we're more accountable to not only our owners but also to the public as well.
I think actually it turned out to be a really good thing for us. We've really grown as a business over the last 20 years, culturally. Our safety records just got better and better. And initiatives that have happened from the private business are stuff that I don't think we would have got if we still remained in a government business.
I think it was the best thing that could have happened to us. It gave us a lot more freedom because we were away from the government public service mentality, and I think that it's made us a better organisation.
It's been a good ride because there's been lots of learning because technology hasn't held back. And as we've grown, we've seen an organisation move from silos into becoming more collaborative. And it's been exciting to see the way people across SA Power Networks have come up with solutions that wouldn't have been able to be achieved.
That's the part that I absolutely love about my job, is that it's that team environment. And I think because we're given so many opportunities, we've got such great conditions with this, the people that are here really appreciate being here.
I think definitely there's been an increase in women in the workforce. It was very male dominated when I started. I was one female in 18 guys. Now you're seeing women being encouraged into the workforce, supported in the workforce, and that would be one of the big changes I think that's come about.
In many ways, the family that we all knew in ETSA is still there. The organisation has an employee foundation now, so that gets lots and lots of different parts of the organisation together, and when they come together they act like a family around the dinner table at home.
Culturally, I think, yeah, they're really good, because as a private, they're still very much people orientated, and so they look after their people. I mean, we get good wages. They do the picnic still, but also the Hong Kong trip, which is a great opportunity to reward people for doing the right thing.
The family day, I think, is a great experience for those people that have the opportunity to go. They experience a different culture, all those different things, food, but also that the games and everything, the sporting events that they have, everyone gets a little bit competitive and wants to come away with that trophy. They can't help themselves, they get that white line fever, and I think that brings those people from different parts of the organisation together, and they still talk about it.
The family day was something that's really special to me, and it was really humbling to be chosen to go there, and just the way how we were spoilt when we were over there, and you felt like royalty.
You are a part of a big multi-global organisation, and you really realise that if you get to go to Hong Kong to the family day like I was able to in 2017, and that just brought home to you how big of a company we work for. We're not just SA Power Networks, we're worldwide.